Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to work on Surya Namaskara B. Surya Namaskara B is a vinyasa, or it's another vinyasa from Surya Namaskara C, Surya Namaskara A. So in Surya Namaskara B, we're linking body, mind, breath, and movement. So we're linking all those beautiful aspects together, and we're going to make a nice flow. So we're going to be working with some poses like Chaturanga, plank, downward facing dog, and warrior one, and chair pose. Let's not forget that. Fierce pose. That one gets the fire going in the body for sure. If you like the video, like below. If you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel, and I will give you some more tips and stuff for your yoga practice. So we'll get started. All right, so we're going to start at the front of our mat. Bring your feet hips distance apart, just to start. And I'll walk you through the poses for Surya Namaskara B first. So I'll teach them, and then we'll go from there. So separate your feet hips distance apart and parallel them. Root through all four corners of your feet. Lift your kneecaps up and firm those thighs. Now we want a neutral pelvis, so lift the frontal hip bones up and release the top of the butt up down. Lift the chest as you soften the lower ribs in. Palms face the front of the room as your hands are by your side. Now inhale, lift your arms up, bend your knees and sit back for Uttanasana chair pose. Now this pose will build a lot of heat. So you're going to press into your heels, and you should be able to see all 10 toes as you press both shin bones back and your hips reach back as well. Lift the belly in and up. Chest reaches forward, firming the outer arms in. You can gaze down or gaze up between the hands, whatever feels good to you. And then you'll sink a little bit deeper, build that heat, build that strength. I know you guys are breaking a sweat right now, because I sure am. And then exhale, forward fold for Uttanasana, straightening both legs, releasing the crown of the head. Inhale halfway for Ardha Uttanasana. Lift the belly in and up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands down, step back into plank pose, hold plank. Shoulders in line with the wrists, draw the belly in. Release the top of the butt up down towards the heels and press both thigh bones up towards the ceiling. Inhale here, and then exhale, bend the elbows, shift your weight forward, come onto the balls of the feet for Chaturanga halfway. Inhale, straighten the elbows, flip the toes, and come into upward facing dog. Thighs and hips should be off the mat unless you're modifying. Shoulders draw away from the ears. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a few breaths here in your downward facing dog. As you root through the circumference of your hand, put a little bit more weight in the index finger and thumb. Lift the forearms off the mat and firm the outer arms in so the biceps are rolling towards the front of the room. The inner thighs rolling back, heels are releasing down towards the mat. Now you'll inhale your right leg up hip height, square the hips, point the right toes down. Exhale, knee to nose, round your upper back, shift your weight forward, shoulders in line with the wrists, lift the belly in, and step your right foot by your right thumb. Release the back leg, back foot down at an angle, and so you'll look here. This is where we're going to observe. So your front heel is making a direct line towards your back heel. Now if you'd like, and you feel like you're on a tightrope, you can always heel toe the front foot towards the right. Your left toes will be facing the left top corner of your mat. Bend in the knee, and you'll notice that your right hip wants to stick out. You want to hug that right hip in. Firm that in. Press that left thigh bone back nice and straight. And then inhale, come back, come up to Veerabhadrasana 1. Now just place your hands on your hips just to start so we can really concentrate on the legs. Now you're bending in the knee of the front leg. So that second toe will draw a direct line to your knee. So that's when you know it's not caving in to the left or caving into the right. You want it nice and straight. And then you're pressing the outer edge of the back foot down into the mat. So you're rooting that down, pressing into the front heel. Now, you're rolling that right hip back. Left thigh will roll forward. So you're kind of working towards a neutral position here with your hips, but it's not going to get there all the way. But you're really working towards it. And from here, you'll notice that your left thigh likes to cave in and bend. You want to press that left thigh back nice and straight. Bend in the front leg. Now lift the frontal hip bones up and release the top of the buttock down so you're not arching in the lower back. And then when you do that, again, your back leg will bend. So keep that nice strong back leg. And then lift through the back ribs. So place your thumbs on the back of your ribs. And as you lift, you're pressing. It's almost like a self-adjustment. So you're pressing your ribs up to the sky, finding that length in your body. Then you lift the arms up to the sky. Parallel the arms. Bend a little deeper in the front leg. And then palms may touch. Look up if your neck allows it. As you firm the outer arms in. Keep lifting through the back ribs. Exhale, release the hands down. Frame the front foot. Charge the back leg as if you're in a high lunge. Root your palms down and step into plank pose. Shoulders in line with the wrists. We're going into Chaturanga. So exhale, bend the elbows, shift your weight forward. Come on the balls of the feet halfway. Inhale, straighten the elbows. Coming to upward facing dog. Pressing the shoulder blades into the chest. And exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So we're going to do Veerabhadrasana 1 on the left leg in just a moment as we take our breath here. Long, deep inhalations, long, deep exhalations. So lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, round your upper back. Shift your weight forward. Lift the knee a little bit higher. And step your left foot by your left thumb. Spin the back heel down at an angle. Right toes are facing the top right corner of your mat. Front heel to back heel alignment. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. So let's just place our hands on our hips just for right now. So again, make sure that your knee is tracking in line with the second toe. Pulling that left hip back, right hip rolls forward. Lifting the frontal hip bones up as you press that right thigh bone back nice and straight. Keep rooting down in the outer edge of the back foot. Take your thumbs, place them behind your back ribs, and inhale, lift the back ribs up. Find that length through the spine. And then inhale your arms up to the sky. You can parallel your arms or palms may touch. Look up if your neck allows it. Keep that nice bend in the front knee. We're really working that hip flexor on the right side. And then exhale, release the hands down. Frame the front foot, charge the back leg, step back into plank pose. Inhale here in plank pose. Exhale, bend your elbows. Elbows point back as you shift your weight forward for Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find your breath. Find your body. Veerabhadrasana 1 is really good for getting into your hip flexors. It builds great strength in your lower body, your upper body, and gives you a nice back bend as well. All right. Come up on your tiptoes. At the end of your exhale, bend your knees. Step or float your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway for our Uttanasana, lifting the belly in and up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, shifting weight to the balls of the feet if you're straightening the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Now with that same inhale, press into the feet, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart, center. All right, so that was just breaking it down just a little bit for the Warrior One and going through your Vinyasa. That was Veerabhadrasana B. So we're gonna do it again. So place your big toes together, but this time we're gonna do it a little bit more faster. So bring your big toes together, heels slightly apart. Find your mountain pose, root through the feet and rebound through the crown of the head. Inhale, sit back for Utkatasana, chair pose. Shift weight into the heels. Shins pull back. Belly draws in and up. Chest reaches up. As you press the shoulder blades into the chest. Firm the outer arms in. Exhale, forward fold for Uttanasana. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, lift the belly in and up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down. Step your feet into plank pose. Belly draws in. Exhale, bend the elbows, shift your weight forward for Chaturanga. Inhale, flip the toes, straighten the elbows, upward facing dogs, thighs and hips should be off the mat. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now instead of bringing or lifting our right leg up for three-legged dog, this time we're going to really work on our core. So from here in downward facing dog, you're going to exhale, bring your right knee into the chest, shift your shoulders in line with the wrists, and step the right foot by the right thumb. So you're really using your core and drawing that belly in and protracting the shoulder blades to really be able to step your foot forward. Now, bring your left foot down at an angle, front heel to back heel alignment. Inhale, lift your arms up slowly with control for Warrior One, Veerabhadrasana 1. Now you're pulling that right hip back, left hip rolls forward. Rooting down in the outer edge of the back foot and pressing more weight into the front heel. Reaching through the back ribs, firming the outer arms in, palms may touch. Exhale, release your hands down. Frame the front foot, step back into plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, shift your weight forward for Chaturanga. Hug the belly in, use your core. Inhale, flip the toes, straighten the elbows, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do the other side. So again, instead of lifting that left leg up and using the momentum, we're going to use our core. So bring the left knee into the chest, shift your weight forward, hug the belly in and step the left foot by your left thumb. Spin the back heel down at an angle, front heel to back heel alignment. Hug that left hip into the midline. As you inhale, lift your arms up. Veerabhadrasana 1. Bend in the front leg. Firm that back right leg, nice and straight. Rooting down in the outer edge of the back foot. Lift through the back ribs. Bend in the front knee. Palms may touch. Exhale, hands down. Frame the front foot, step back into plank pose. Exhale, shift your weight forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, flip your toes, upward facing dog. Cuff the chest. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a few breaths here in downward facing dog. As you root through the circumference of your hand, find that energy up through the arms. Biceps rolling forward, triceps firming in. Lengthening the crown of the head away from the tailbone. All right. Inhale, come up on your tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees and step your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. And then inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. With that same inhale, press into the heels, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're gonna do it one more time by breath. So it's gonna be a little bit more faster, and I'm not gonna instruct it, I'm just gonna tell you guys to exhale and go into the pose. So this time we're gonna bring our big toes together, heels slightly apart, root through the feet, find your Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down. You can step or float your feet down into Chaturanga with bent elbows. Inhale, flip the toes, straighten the elbows, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your right knee into the chest, shift your weight forward, step your right foot by your right thumb, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up for Veerabhadrasana 1. Hug that right hip into the midline. Exhale, release the hands down. Frame the front foot, step back through your vinyasa, so plank pose. Exhale, release down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the left knee into the chest, shift your weight forward, step the left foot by the left thumb. Release the back leg down. Inhale, rise up, Veerabhadrasana 1. Exhale, release the hands down, frame the front foot, plank pose. Exhale, release down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now take 3 breaths here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. As you press both thigh bones back to release the heels down. Lengthening the spine. Broadening through the collarbones. Firming the outer arms in. Inhale, come up on your tiptoes. On the end of your exhale, step or jump your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. With that same inhale, press into the heels, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so that was it, Surya Namaskara B. All right, my friends, we finished. I taught you a little bit about Surya Namaskara B. Hopefully this helps you guys during your yoga practice. I hope you liked the video. Please like below, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye, you guys. Namaste.